I did some research and found other characters from Cars who I want us to talk about. Some appeared in the 2006 movie while others featured in the second and third versions. And I want us to remember the rest of the characters and cast members who I might have forgotten in the first episode.
Agree with my tank.
We're just trying to find the interstate.
Good to see you, sir.
And we shall continue with a character called Sarge, who was the owner of Sarge's surplus hut. He was an army jeep who fought in the Second World War and was said to be one of the best soldiers during the war. Even though he owned a shop, he also worked on Lightning McQueen's pit crew team as an analytic. And as a former soldier, he held himself to high standards and always saluted the flag whenever he had the chance. He spoke like a typical army sergeant with a loud and coarse voice, but he was still someone who was devoted to the safety and well-being of his friends. He was a car that was voiced by Paul Dooley, who is a retired actor that has been on TV since 1954. He was the one who voiced J. Wellington Wimpy from the Popeye series in 1980, and was also the one who played the role of Patrick Martin in Little Shop of Horrors from 1985.
And check! Kiss the pavement goodbye, gentlemen. When I'm finished with you, you'll have mud in places you do.
Sheriff was a police officer who served in Carburetor County and was stationed in Radiator Springs. He was a 1949 Mercury police cruiser who was so abiding when it came to laws and protecting his townfolks from rogue cars. He made sure that troublemakers never got a chance to enter his jurisdiction, and he was seen when he was chasing Lightning McQueen after he realized that he was driving too fast and recklessly. He was tough to offenders but was genuinely a nice car who deeply cared for his friends and community. He mostly enjoyed taking naps behind the Radiator Springs billboard and was a police who was very proud of his duty. His voice came from Michael Wallace, who is an American journalist and a popular historian. He is also an author who has written 17 books already, and he is also a public speaker who appears in both TV and magazines.
Not in my town, you don't. Going this fast here. Oh, I'm gonna...
Fillmore was a 1960 Volkswagen and a supporting character in this film. He was the owner of Fillmore's Organic Fuel and a loyal member of Lightning McQueen's pit crew. He was a laid-back hippie who was calm and loved peace more than anything, and he was the one who acted as the counterpart to the rigid military nature of Sarge. He brewed and sold his own organic fuel at Fillmore's Taste Inn, and he was also very passionate about environmentalism. He was someone who was known for having many conspiracy theories regarding major oil companies and the government, but no one really took him serious in such issues. He was nevertheless a very chill dude who was also one of the best friends of Sarge. He was voiced by the late George Carlin, who was an American comedian and social critic. He was mostly known for his dark comedy that reflected on politics and religion, and he will always be remembered for creating and starring in The George Carlin Show that aired from 1994 to 1995. He passed away on June 22, 2008 from cardiac failure at the age of 71 years.
Conspiracy, man! The oil companies got a grip on the government. They're feeding...
The Buzz Lightyear car was a character that was inspired by the real Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. He appeared in the drive-in movie and was just a cameo character in the movie within the movie. He appeared in a scene alongside Woody the car, who we discussed in our previous episode, and it was Tim Allen who voiced him. He is an American actor and comedian who also voiced the original Buzz Lightyear since 1995. Lizzie was a 1923 sedan who was the owner of the Radiator Springs Curio Shop and the founding member of Radiator Springs. She was the oldest living resident of Radiator Springs who experienced frequent waves of hearing issues and memory loss. She forgot recent events that occurred and even forgot what she was saying a few minutes ago. She had been alive for a very long time and was known to speak her mind regardless of who was listening. She was also deeply connected to the history of Route 66 because it reminded her of her late husband Stanley. She was a kind-hearted and warm lady who had a grandmotherly nature to all the residents of Radiator Springs, and everyone loved and respected her in return. She was voiced by Katherine Helmont, who was an American actress that played roles on TV for more than 60 years. She mostly played roles on soap operas and sitcom shows, and you might remember her on Everybody Loves Raymond where she played the role of Lois Whalen from 1996 to 2004. She sadly passed away on the 23rd of February, 2019 at the age of 89 years, and her cause of demise was from Alzheimer's disease.
The only guy strong enough to fix that road is Big Al. This new road makes your place look like a dump.
Another car was Ramone, who was a 1959 Chevrolet Impala lowrider that appeared in the franchise. He owned an auto body shop in Radiator Springs and was also married to a car called Flo. He was very artistic and creative, and he frequently changed his own paint job to showcase his awesome skills. He brought a West Coast vibe to the town, and he took great pride in his work of painting. The only thing that annoyed him the most was when his friends' paint got ruined, and he even often painted them for free just to see them look neat and sharp. And as much as he was a loyal husband to his wife Flo, he was even more loyal to Lightning McQueen and his pit crew. He was voiced by the famous Cheech Marin, who is an American actor and comedian. We mostly remember him for his roles in Cheech and Chong during the 70s and 80s, and we discussed him in The Lion King where he voiced a hyena called Shensi.
Paint job, man. Ramone will paint you up right. Hey, anything you want, you know, like...
James P. Sullivan is the monster from Monsters, Inc., but he appeared as a monster truck in the Cars franchise. He was seen during the end credit sequence when the Radiator Springs residents were watching Monster Trucks, Inc. in the drive-in theater. His voice was from John Goodman, who is an American actor that also voiced the same version of the character in Monsters, Inc., and has appeared in other major animated shows like The Emperor's New Groove of 2000 and the recent Smurf series of 2025. As we mentioned earlier, Ramone was married to his wife called Flo. She had a shop in Radiator Springs called Flo's V8, and she was also a former showgirl before she got married. She was very outspoken and confident, and was also a very fun-loving car who loved to banter and chat with her customers and friends every time. She was considered the heart of Radiator Springs because she brought a warm and welcoming presence to all the residents. And even though she was a sassy and beautiful model, she was still a very hardworking business owner who was deeply devoted to her job and also her husband. Her beautiful voice was from Jennifer Lewis, who is an American actress and singer. She was also the voice of Mama Audie in The Princess and the Frog of 2009.
Is that what I think it is? The drink. Stop at Flo's V8 Cafe.
Van was the husband of Minnie, and they were both seen when they entered Radiator Springs to ask for directions for on-ramp leading to Interstate 40. He was a stubborn car who refused to use maps, and he only relied on his GPS, which usually caused them to get lost. And even though he loved traveling with his wife, he had a poor sense of direction and mostly needed his wife to help him out. He was voiced by Richard Kind, who is an American actor and comedian. He also voiced Molt in A Bug's Life of 1998 and Bing Bong in Inside Out of 2015.
Need anything, thank you very much. No need to ask for directions, Minnie. I know exactly where we're going.
Aloft was just a supporting character in the film and was just an airship that floated in the sky above all piston cup races. He was used to advertise Lightyear tires and other advertisements during races, and he always enjoyed watching races from great heights. The voice that came from the airship was produced by Brian Fee, who is an American director and voice actor. He was actually the storyboard artist of this film, and he helped in the animation of famous movies like Ratatouille and Monsters University. Minnie was the husband of Van, and she enjoyed traveling with her husband everywhere across the map. She appeared when they both visited Radiator Springs after getting lost because of her husband's ignorance. She loved adventures and seeing the world, but the only thing she hated was when her husband refused to follow the map and would start asking strangers for directions. She enjoyed meeting new and interesting people along the way, and she was just a character who lived at the moment without a care in the world. She was voiced by Edie McClurg, who is a retired American actress and comedian. We've also discussed her in The Secret of Nim of 1982, as well as The Little Mermaid of 1989.
Man, I just don't see any on-ramp anywhere. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Tex Dinoco was a golden 1975 Cadillac Coupe de Ville with Texas Longhorn cattle horns on the hood. He was a smooth talker who used his words to make people obey him, and he was also a genuine fella who was very big-hearted. He always believed that racing required more than speed, and that was why he was mostly seen advising Lightning McQueen on being smart and dedicated to his race. He was a veteran team owner and a talent scout who appreciated honorable competitors, and this was seen when he refused to sponsor the cheating Chick Hicks and instead offered the prestigious Dinoco spot to Lightning McQueen. His voice was from Humpy Wheeler, who was an American motorsports executive and a businessman. I don't think he voiced any other character during his time alive. He unfortunately passed away last year on August 20th, 2025 at the old age of 86, and his cause of demise was from natural causes.
That was some real racing out there. How'd you like to become the new face of Dinoco?
Albert Hanky was a 1985 Boxomatic motorhome who was a huge fan of Lightning McQueen since his rookie days. He was mostly seen cheering in the stands, but the only problem he had was his loud and annoying enthusiasm, as he was known to honk his horn constantly and yell throughout the racing events. He even cried tears of joy when McQueen won races, and he was actually one of his most loyal fans in the franchise. He was voiced by A.J. Rieble, who is an American voice actor and producer. He was one of the many producers in films like Finding Nemo and Ratatouille, and he was even the coordinator to the iconic film called Toy Story of 1999.
Yeah, McQueen! Gotcha!
That's racing right
there! Fred was a rusty race fan who mostly got excited whenever a celebrity knew and read his name that was printed on his license plate. He was easily excited by anything, and he was considered to be racing's #1 fan as he was spotted in almost all the races in the town. He was actually a blue car, but he was so rusted to a point that he looked like a red car. It was Andrew Stanton who voiced him. He is an American filmmaker, animator, and an occasional voice actor. He was the director and the co-writer of films like WALL-E of 2008, Finding Nemo of 2003, and also Finding Dory of 2016. He also voiced Crush the Turtle in Finding Nemo.
It's okay. Lightning McQueen knows me. Mario Andretti knows my name.
Not Chuck was a side character in the film, and he was a pity that worked for Lightning McQueen's team. He was the one who served as the temporary crew chief since the previous one quit. He was an angry little fella who shouted and acted in a very cranky manner, particularly towards Lightning McQueen. He took his job as a pit crew member very seriously, and he always demanded tire changes when he felt like McQueen had worn them out. He grew fed up with McQueen's arrogant attitude, and this also made him to quit and leave Lightning McQueen's crew for another competitive racer. He was just an angry dude who was voiced by Mike Nelson, who is an American actor and comedian, and he's also a writer in films and television.